an area that used to be our mission is actually Snowflake, Arizona, and it was founded by the Snows and the Flakes, and they actually called the town Snowflake. And people don't believe that it's true, but it is. That's actually why the town is called Snowflake. So the many flakes and snows in Arizona, you'll get that last name a lot. So that's kind of cool. And a lot of the cities around were settled by LDS and the Saints, as they were asked by Brigham Young to go down and settle Arizona. And you can tell by the streets, they're straight and they're put out in a really wonderful grid pattern, and it's wonderful to drive there. The highway system's great. The streets are just wonderful thanks to the Saints. And yeah, the area I was in Lehigh, it's kind of old historic part. That area where they put the first church building, it's still there, and there's a church building. I think it's a new church building since, but that's the area where it was. And there's a historical museum right across the street. I actually lived right next door to it, and it had some cool artifacts from the Saints that came down and the things they did. One of the kind of cool stories they talk about is the honeymoon trail that goes up from Mesa to St. George, because before they had a temple there, they would go all the way up to St. George to get married, and then it would be the honeymoon trail all the way back down to Mesa. And so that's kind of a famous way to go from Mesa to St. George. When I was there, it was the centennial for Arizona being a state, and the Mormon Tabernacle Choir came down and did a special concert, and it was kind of a big celebration, and lots of people were involved, and it was kind of a really cool celebration. A lot of Arizona pride going on. Like I mentioned, the temple and the visitor center are kind of central, and the really cool thing about Arizona is the number of temples. We're building and building and building. So while I was there, they dedicated the Gila Valley Temple, and they announced the Gilbert, Phoenix, and Tucson temples. So 3 more temples in there, and then there's also the Snowflake Temple in my mission, as well as the Mesa Temple. So there's a lot of great temples, and they're beautiful, all of them. They have the Easter pageant every year, which is the story of Christ, and it's pretty remarkable it's such a huge production, and that draws in lots and lots of people. I mean, there's people standing on the streets to watch it. I mean, every day, every night of the show, and it's incredible. That's probably one of the neatest things about the history there is this. I think it's the longest running Easter pageant in the world. So that's kind of a cool thing to say.